Hi class, this is instructor Fran and I'm going to review the instructions of week 1's research question and thesis worksheet and show you how I would complete this assignment. The first thing I do to complete any assignment is read through the directions very carefully. Okay, so I'm not going to read them aloud to you right now, but I would read through the entire thing from top to bottom very carefully. Okay, your instructions, your page will look a little bit different than mine, but the instruction content is the same. So for this assignment, I need to do a number of things. The first thing I need to do is read through these different topics and select one that I'm going to use for this assignment, and it's going to continue for the rest of the assignments for this term. So animal rights, artificial intelligence, climate change, fake news, technology, and parenting. Each one of these topics has a corresponding research question with it. If you do not want to pick one of these topics, you can pick a topic along with a research question of your own. However, it is going to have to be approved by me. So make sure that you do that in advance. And you can see that direction here in a note. So give yourself enough time to get that approved before you start working on the worksheet. So for the sake of this assignment, I'm going to pick a different topic just so that I don't steal any of your ideas. My topic is going to be plastic bags, and my research question is, should plastic bags be banned in the United States? So we're going to open up the research question and thesis worksheet and take a look at what we need to complete. Okay, so the first question is going to say, share the topic you've selected from the list and the associated research question, or include your own topic and research question. So if I'd selected one from the page, I would just copy and paste it in. Okay. And I would probably, in order to make it a full sentence, I would say something like, I have selected the topic and research question, and then I could, now if you see that formatting can get messed up with that, so if you want to keep formatting the same, you can put it into Notepad and then copy and paste it back out. So I'll do that, and then you can see the formatting stays nice. Okay, but remember, this actually isn't my topic. My topic is plastic bags. Should the United States ban single-use plastic bags? Okay, so again, I'm taking a topic that you don't have on your list so I don't steal your ideas. Okay, so question 1 done. I'm going to go back to the assignment directions. Okay. The assignment directions, step 2, say visit the university library and search for articles related to your essay topic. Just to be honest, this takes some time. So I'm going to open that up and I'm going to give you a few tips. One of the tips is be as specific as possible. If you can answer your research question, it's better to put words in that indicate your stance on your topic to find what you want. So I'm going to say ban plastic, single-use plastic bags, United States. Okay, if you go back to the assignment directions, it does indicate that it needs to be peer reviewed. So I'm going to click on peer reviewed and I'm going to hit search and I'm going to see what comes up. Now, a few things to keep in mind as this takes a moment. You might find that the first article is helpful and what you want to use, but it might not. It might be the second, it might be the third, it might be the fourth, it might be the fifth. It's very helpful to make sure that you make the articles be within a recent time frame. So I'm going to click last 3 years. That way I'm getting information that's relevant. What I'm going to do is I'm now going to pause the video and I'm actually going to look through the different articles that have come up. I'm going to skim through the abstracts and see if there's one that I want to go with for this assignment. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Basically, it took me probably a good 10 minutes of searching through the results and coming up with some different wording to find an article that touched upon what I wanted to find. And truthfully, I think if I'd taken more time, I would have found something better, but this is going to do for now because it's giving me some reasons why plastic bags should be banned, where a lot of the other ones were talking about the effects of and how successful plastic bag bans were in terms of getting people to stop using single-use plastic bags. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the worksheet, and it says, read the article associated with your topic and research question and summarize it here in 3 to 4 sentences. So that's important. I need to write 3 to 4 sentences. So I'm going to start the article, and let's see what it was called. No More Bag explains the reasoning behind why, and I have to go, the magazine Bioscience, I have to make sure that's capitalized correctly, I'm not exactly sure. Yep. No longer comes in a plastic bag wrap. The author details numerous reasons as to why single-use plastic is harmful to people and our environment. Okay, so I know I have 2 sentences, but I need to have another one, another sentence. So the second paragraph talks about how a lot of people already have changed and why bioscience should as well. Just as people have switched to using cloth bags at the grocery store, bioscience needed to change its practices as well. Okay, now if you see, the second part of this question asks to create a reference citation. Okay, and I'm going to show you a little shortcut for that. Most journal articles, there'll be a tool that says cite. Okay, on this one it's over here, so I'm going to click on that, on cite, and you'll see it pops up a whole different list of citations. Usually they're fairly close to right. There's a few things that I always check for. I'm going to remember we're using APA, so I'm going to copy and paste the APA citation into my worksheet. And if I use, I'm going to right click to paste, and if I use this arrow paste, it usually puts it in nicely. Okay, so author's last name, initials, year looks good. Okay, for an article title, I know that only the first letter of an article title has the first letter capitalized, the first word is capitalized, and then any proper nouns, there's no more in there. Or the first letter after a colon, there's no more in there. Okay, journal's italicized, everything else looks good. Okay, next question. Consider your topic. What is your position? How will this affect your approach in writing the essay? Okay, so I already know my position. You might need to think about yours, but notice I'm trying to write in complete sentences and make sure that my spelling and grammar are good. My position is that single-use plastic should be banned. Okay, so I answered what my position is. How will this affect my approach in writing the essay? Well, in writing the essay, I'm going to need to find evidence that supports that. I might find some evidence that is contrary to my opinion. If I find too much, then maybe I'm going to have to change my opinion. But I'm going to say, this will make it so I look for evidence that supports a ban. If I find too much evidence to the contrary, I might have to switch my position for the paper and in life. So, okay, and you can do a lot of grammar tools and stuff afterwards. I a lot of times will run a grammar check at the end, but I'm going to get rid of any red lines. I'm going to have them ignore the article title. Okay, this will make it, I don't know why it doesn't like that. I don't think I need a comma after that. And then this looks to be spelled wrong, so I'm going to fix that as I go. Okay, next part. Next, focus your work by creating a thesis statement. The thesis statement expresses the position taken in the argument and provides reasoning for that position. It's the answer to your research question. Okay, this might change over time, but I'm going to write a draft. What I like to have is my topic, my stance, and 3 key points of support. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write my topic and my stance, and then I'm going to pause the recording so I can think a little bit about my ideas for support. We want this short, we want it 1 sentence long, and we want to avoid any I thinks or I believe statements. So I will say, single-use plastic bags should be banned because, okay, and using a because statement, I have my topic and stance in the beginning, and then I have because. Now I can just come up with 3 reasons. So I'm going to pause and think about that, and I'll be right back. All right, I am back again. So in reviewing that article, even though it was a little article, it actually had some great content. And thinking about what I know and potentially doing some research in other places, I came up with 3 reasons single-use plastics should be banned. So I'm going to write single-use plastic bags should be banned because they are rarely recycled, the microplastics they create are harmful to our health, and there are easy alternatives to their use. Okay, so again, topic, single-use plastic bags. Stance, I think they should be banned, but I didn't say I think. I don't need that in a formal essay. I don't refer to myself in a formal essay. Because, 3 reasons, they're rarely recycled, the microplastics they create, I'm going to fix the spelling on that, are harmful to our health, and there are easy alternatives to their use. Again, I need to fix that spelling. Okay, so I'm done with my worksheet. The last thing I would do is I would read through my responses very carefully to make sure I have everything I need, that I've answered the questions completely, and that I have good grammar and spelling. Remember, you can always use the spelling check and grammar check, and mine looks good because I kind of went through it while I was writing, but you can always do that at the end. But that's important to do, especially in an English class, to read through, make sure everything makes sense and that there are no errors. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save my worksheet. And there we go, all done. Please do not hesitate to contact me with any questions or concerns if you run into any challenges while you're completing your worksheet. I hope this was helpful. Thanks.